Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about a very marquee stock, that is IRCTC, and whether you should buy the stock at current levels or not. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about IRCTC, here is a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Go to the Patreon channel and the link is in the description, and you will find a lot of videos, a lot of articles from my behalf on that channel. And I've just posted even a better, you would say, some of the published post. If you can look at here, I have already posted about IRCTC. I have already posted about some of the stocks that you can buy. So best buy call for Monday, I put in every week as to what could be the best buy call at the moment. uh, Not fearing the market, and the consumer stocks would do well. I've talked about Reliance. Talked about the mistakes I have done in my life in investing. Then I've talked about some of the top picks in the mid and small cap sector: Agrotech Foods, Hindustan Foods, etc. One of the auto companies that you can buy into. So there are many things that you could look at, many stocks that you could look at, in which you would make a lot of money. So go to the Patreon channel, and just by donating $2 or just by supporting through a $2 a month fee, you'll be able to have access to a number of articles, and there are different tiers. So go ahead and have a look. Once I have 100 patrons, I'll definitely start with an education course on investment on YouTube for free. So kindly support me through Patreon. Now about the company, IRCTC was established in 1999, and it is the only player in the railways segment currently in India, and it is a complete monopoly. So there's no chance of a duopoly or three players in the segment like in telecom. This is a government-owned company which has a complete monopoly on the railway sector, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change any further. There's a nationwide network providing catering, online ticketing, and hotel services. So they are perhaps one of the largest online player as well. We talk about e-commerce company. This is perhaps the largest e-commerce company with so many hits and direct, you can say, customers going online and booking tickets, etc. The market cap is around 20,000 crore. When I made this video, it was around 22,000 crore. The stock is relentlessly falling and currently around 1200 rupees. The market cap is around 20,000 crore, which is not a lot when you consider that IRCTC is the total business of the Indian railway industry. If we look at the financials of the company, then the sales were at 715 crores. I looked at the Q3 numbers for FY20, up 64%. Profit was up 178%. There's a high government holding, high FII holding, DII holding, and very few stocks for, you can say, retail investors. There's completely no debt on the company. The return on equity is around 28%, which is extremely good. The net profit margin at the moment is 18%, which could even get better once the margins improve through their water business, the rail neer business that they sell, and the catering business. The performance of the stock, ever since it got listed, the stock is up three times from its IPO price, and it is going up relentlessly. So the stock went up three times from its IPO price, and this has been a darling of the market ever since it got listed around 750, 760 rupees. There's high institution and government holding, and as I said, only 6% free float is there. So 94% of the stocks or shares are with the long-term investors, are with strong investors into the company. The company has come out with very good numbers. The dividend payout is pretty good. 30 rupees dividend payout on every share is being given, so around 28 to 30 rupees. And It is currently under heavy correction because of the coronavirus scare, and people thinking that people will not travel a lot, and that's why the correction is taking place. And it may correct further in the next 1 month or so. But I believe for a longer player, for somebody who wants to invest into the stock for the next 4 or 5 years, this is a very good opportunity to get into the stock because this is a pure monopolistic business. What has been the recent developments due to which the correction has taken place? Corona scare has hurt travel industry. So all throughout, whether they are into airlines, hoteling, restaurant, any you can say any company that is related to gathering or travel is getting hammered at the moment, and this is the time to buy those companies. So even Jubilant Food Works, even Indian hotels, etc., they are at very interesting prices at the moment. Yes, in the next 6 months they might not move and you'll be in losses, but these are the companies that are going to bounce back once this scare go away, and this will go away once, I mean after 6 months, 8 months, or in some time this will go away totally. So this is the time to get into such companies like IRCTC. Fear of sharp drop in sales as the commuters drop, as I said, is also playing on the part that the stock has fallen from around 1800 levels all the way to 1200, 1100, and the virus spreading in India is a deep concern. So this is the only thing that could really stem the flow even now for these stocks, that if virus really spreads and there are more number of deaths that are being reported, there are two deaths that have been reported already, then this will become an Indian centric issue, and a complete lockdown in India would result in the stock prices going down in even further. Otherwise, the company would tend to do well at around 1200 rupees. It is reasonably price. The correction in the stock has already been around 37-38%. When I made this video, it was around 33%. So that has to be taken into account, and it is still trading at around 50 times, 47 times. I understand that, but remember the kind of business that they are into, and being a monopolistic business, it might not trade at 25-30 times as you might think. If you look at the technicals, then there's strong support between the 1050 to 1200 levels, and today it fell to 1160 and came back. The breakout is expected above 1480. The stock is trading around 1350, 1360 at the moment. The 100 DMA is at 1090. It may have made a bottom at 1160 today. The markets may have made a bottom at 8500 today, and I believe that this is the right time to get into the stock in staggered manner. So you buy 20% today, 20% on any fall, another 40% when this scare go away, another 20% above 1300 or so. So these things you have to take into consideration. Above 1200, it's strong, as on a long term chart it is at 1225. If it sustains this and we see that SGX Nifty, the Dow Jones doing well, so probably on Monday go ahead and buy into it. Yes, you may lose 20% in it, and you might be down, not lose but down 20%, but go ahead and buy for 5-6 years. You'll make a lot of money through IRCTC. So should you buy? Wait for declines to end. Yes, and the decline I believe has ended at 1160. So probably anywhere between 1000 to 1200 are very good levels to get into IRCTC. Results would come out and they would might be very tapered for this quarter. Everybody knows that. So any declines to 1000 or so levels will be very good. How badly the virus would affect travel, we don't know, but the valuations would again be similar to that. So the valuations you are getting now, you may not get later on. You can add in small quantities on any dips and probably in 5 tranches get into the stock. And virus, when it completely subsides, it needs to completely subside for the stock to really do well, but at that point of time stock might be trading at 1500, 1600 levels. So this was my video on IRCTC and when to buy it. I believe you can buy it straight away at around 1200 and only declines to 1000 levels. Thanks a lot for watching.